Okay, I hope I'm worthy of this. This is something. This is one of the images in which was in the Leonardo da Vinci's Lost Painting 299. That's what you punch in on the search bar and you'll see it come up down below reading 299. This is a microscopic image. There's also Leonardo way over on the other side. This is super blown up. I found out another trick of Leonardo da Vinci. Please do not shoot the messenger. I have many times have feared to even put even 1% online because it's so crazy what this guy did. But I didn't do it. Okay, there's going to be some tricky, and I hope I explain it right. But let me pull this down and show you one of his tricks without this. If you look in the mountains, how it's kind of V'd, and you look over here and you'll see how it's has some kind of obviously meaning. And if you really look down below, it actually looks like a face with a head. And if you look over here, it's kind of like a face, mountains, a head. I mean, if you really know about, like, when you go to a circus and they'll make your funny face and it's not your portrait, but they cartoon you. So for a while I couldn't figure out how come not all the images. I was having some hard times figuring out it couldn't be because they're not spaced right. But they are spaced right the way Leo wanted them to be spaced, not the way I wanted them to be spaced. And that was one of my bullheaded, strong thoughts on something that was not my painting. It's his painting. Okay, so if you actually see how this L shape with this spear here goes up, you can see that when you shift it, here it is. Here's how you know one of the spots. If you look right through here, you can see a triangle. Here's a triangle, and when you set it up in there, you can see you hit the spot exactly of one of his markings. It gets super better confusing. So please bear with me. He actually has this that comes off the page that you don't even see it. And when you come across, you're going to say, oh, now he's here, now he's here, now he's here, here, and he's in different sizes. Now I'm going to show you why you will know that he's in different sizes. When his eye meets in here, and I'm going to put it back because I didn't do that. Before I even decide to move it, you can see how the eye meets right here, and his hair flows into the mountains. Okay, now just because this eye is black does not mean it has to be black over here, but it is. But it's also white or gray. So you know where he is because this is what he starts. If you see, he's got a little line here, he's got a little line here, and it goes here, it gets bigger, it gets bigger, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. These are just on the black lines. That ain't nothing. Because in between each one, he has another layer. He has it in white or gray, and it goes here, and then he has it here. So he actually builds it like a supercomputer. And he gets so big, it gets all the way up to the top. So, when I take this, and I move this over just a hair, and I take this, and I downsize it to whatever size I wish. Let's say we just go like that. Let's I don't know what it is. And I decide to put that down below in one of those spots. Now, I haven't done this yet. I just know it'll work. Okay, so you can see his eye. It's got to even go lower, okay, because that's where he started. But if you really wanted to, you can move him off the page and you can find that he's an overlay. See, you see this spear here? So the reason why I know, because I just noticed here's another spear. See, here's the angle spear. Okay, and the reason why I also knew about how this worked is because this big X actually matches up in here. You can see it here. You can see it here. You can see it even bigger here. So when you want, you can actually slide this up, and you can even go into that big X there, and that's where he's going to be in the painting. Now, Leo's off the chart, but Leo moves like a TV. So here comes Leo. Not only does Leo end up coming across here from different colors in reverse, if I wanted to, I can open him up and go larger and put him here. I know it's very difficult for you to see this, but here he was obsessed, so he was a copy machine. So here comes the kicker. He actually, if you look at the painting, this piece, you can see the inner circle of where the main was. So we go up here, we slide it on down, boom. Okay, so we slide it on down, and there's a hidden spot down in here, and there's a hidden spot here. I've never been here yet. Okay, I just know that Leonardo da Vinci knew math, and if you see this line here, it comes down, kicks on over, and goes. Okay, along with this. But look at this line. Here's the turning point. You can see the line kicking over, the same line. Never seen it before. Never matched it up. But the reason is because I knew the circle. So things start to match. He gives you a little innuendos. Also, when you move this on over at a certain area, you can actually get some of this tuning fork and such to line up for his areas in his pieces. Just because it fits in one spot does not mean it doesn't in another. For the understanding is, he gives you markings. So this here comes a super wild one. At a certain area and a certain distance, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna open up the Mona so you can really see the eyes. Then I'm gonna turn around and open up this one so you can see the eyes. And when you overlay it, it overlays the eyes. Watch. It's got to be bigger. So I'm just going to do one side first because that's the way he would have spaced it. Because it fits. And it also fits smaller. So hang in there and just hear me out. I didn't do this, so it's don't shoot the messenger. But I found out one of his tricks. I'm way off on showing you. Okay. So, if you can see how the curvature goes, he has it here. But if you slide it on back, so he gives you movement. Now remember, how come everybody wants to know? How it fits over here. It gets even wilder. So when you do Melzi on the opposite side, he'll fit in the cut piece and fits in here. Okay, now it even gets wilder. Okay, I don't care if you guys believe it or not. It's not me. It is truly not me. It is all Leo. Okay. I think it's magnificent because it's got to do with its codes. It is so cool. This was from the beginning when I first saw it over 7 years ago, which, for those who are just joining in, it's a micro dot right about here on her that has to be blown up. It's also exactly the same image that's in my painting in the Midion, which I haven't brought that out for you. So these are going to go in the eyes. So forgive me, I didn't tell you. I guess I was supposed to go down, huh? I got backwards, sorry. I've been backwards before. You see? So when he'll put him in the eye, okay, he'll be in the eye, and then Melzi would be shifted over into the eye, and then from eye to eye they would look at each other. And the reason why I know this to be is here's one of the main clues. If you look over here, you'll see this image portraying guy with glasses, legs here, rump up in the air, and his head's turned the other way with his hair. And here's Melzi and Leo, but this is clear across the other side. So you can line it up, and he fits exactly in this area where he shifts. So when you take this down, and I move this up out of the way, and I shift it on over, you can see without even putting it up there, but I'll put it up there, you can see the movement, but you can also see these movements, how far he shifts it, which is going to go right off the page. Okay, but I'll put it back up there. I think I bumped it a little. Let me see. There. See, now Melzi also fits. I've noticed that Melzi also fits really good right here. And if you take a look how he fits perfect with the little doodad, he's got these little feet. And so there's Leonardo. He's got these little feet of the body. And if you see, you can see how the head and the other pieces would seem to fit. For the reason is I don't have a very good clear. But there's something going on right here. Okay, here you can see how it goes. But this gets really cool. Okay. Also, the reason why you know is that when you open it up a certain area, you can see how this is the bridge of the nose. You can see that there's something going on here. Watch. You can see. Okay. I keep saying that. Forgive me. So if I take this and open it up, shift this over. Let's see if I got it big enough. It's got to be a little bigger. See how it curves the nose? Okay? And Leo's even up here. Because what Leo would be here, he would here, he'd be here, 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 here. Bigger, bigger, and bigger, and bigger. And before you know it, he is everywhere. And again, the way you know, watch this. It should still be there. If you see, are you ready? I don't know why. Right here, you can see the straight line, how it cuts and goes. So I take this, that's one of Leonardo da Vinci's other areas. And if you look at it here and you look at him over here, you can see him. See how he blends through? And he always had like a puppy dog. If you see, here's a nose and eye, and making the face turn sideways. And that's what's hidden in the area. Gets really, really, really cool. So I know it sounds kind of tricky, but if I made this bigger, you will see this image not only be here, it'd be bigger and bigger and bigger, and also here smaller, 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 and he had to do overlays. And that way, again, it's a television. For Leo, it's a TV not plugged into the wall. It moves everywhere and gives you. Look at all the lineups on the mountains. Okay, they fit. He gives you markings throughout. He's a trickster. This image, let me show you reduced. If you can see that little itty bitty dot, right there, that's huge. And that particular item right there, maybe that whole thing, that whole picture, the whole image, this whole image, you might be able to see probably the poke of a needle, the whole image. You cannot see these with the human eye. And again, if I go and get my picture that I told you, which is of the Midion, and this picture that's coming up has the same image that's in the Mona Lisa that I showed on, remember, punch in Leonardo da Vinci Lost Painting, all spaces, $299. One less than 300, and that image is hidden right there, and I'll blow it up, and you okay. It's so difficult to see. I wouldn't doubt it's right here or over here somewhere in a pixel. Okay, I have it on another image piece. See, this was done with a 50 meg camera, and this green one was shot with a 100 phase 1 camera, 1 inch off the ground, off the table. And if you take a look at the picture size, each picture size was the size of my thumb, which is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Okay, maybe or so. Close enough. Anyway, just stick your thumb out. That's how big that picture was completely. And that's what we got is right here. And then it went through a special raw filtering to bring out this color. It's not the color. It went through a different transfer of color, which was great. I just couldn't figure out what happened, but it was cool. It was magnificent. Now, there's also something else you need to know. In this painting, I forgot to tell you this. In this painting, if you put this thing up, let's see if I can do it again. There's this writing that's in here, and